Welcome back to Plastic Models by Regular Dude and part 14 of the Peter Persson tribute build of the 1/48 scale Airfix P51D Mustang. Kit number AO5131, I think. So we left off last time. I'd gotten the paint finished and the clear coat on, so now it's time to start doing some weathering. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be weathering all of the panel lines. Due to the size of the panel lines on this, it's not necessary. So basically I'm going to run a wash in all of the operable surfaces, so like flaps, ailerons, trim tabs. I'm going to put some dirty wash in the gear bay. Any of these areas that have like removable panels and stuff like that, that's where I'm going to be doing a wash. And what I'm going to be using for that is 502 Abteilung Black and their thinner. I'm not a big old giant, have to use that kind of thinner. It just so happens that's what I have. And once that jar is empty, I'll be refilling it with my generic art store thinner, because I've tried them both and they both work equally well. One doesn't work better than the other, so there's not really any big sense in paying the price for that small bottle when there's no benefit in the actual product itself. Now, some may think so, and that's cool, but I can't tell a difference. But then again, I'm just a regular dude. So we got some paint in there, and we'll drop a little bit thinner and steer it up. Little darling, steer it up. Tell me what that's from. Tell me who sang that, if you can. Alright, so let's cap this, and let's get one of my brushes here. That's not the one I'm going to use to mix it up, however. So I'm just going to get this stuff mixed up. If you haven't seen any of my other videos where I talk about the Abteilung oil paints, I mainly tried them just because of some of the colors they had, and the prices where I got it were really decent, and I've heard really good stuff about it, so I thought I'd try it. And I do have to say that it's really, really nice stuff. It makes very good washes, and I would recommend it if you can try it. Good stuff. I'll clean my brush. They may be cheap, wonky brushes, but I do like to keep them clean, take care of them. Alright, so let's see how this wash is going to work. I'm using this Zero Select Artiste Princeton brush. It's kind of like Golden Taklon or something. Let's see how it works. Oh yeah, looks pretty good. I am going to try it on a few of the panel lines. Now, a lot of people like to do their washes and just throw them down and then wipe off the excess. I try to avoid that if I can, just because sometimes it can alter the color underneath, and I sure don't want to darken up this aluminum. And all that hooting and hollering you hear in the other room is my wife and my daughter, my son-in-law, playing with the baby. Gotta love them babies. So I'll do this stuff down here and see how it looks. I'm still not sure that I'm going to do it all. So that looks pretty good. So I think I got my opacity down here. See any of these removable things? That's the ones I want to focus on. Anything that's a panel that would be removed. You know, access panels, stuff like that. So far, so good. Some of these are so fine, it's not even really necessary to do it. Now see, this is an area where these decals are just way too thick, because no matter how much stuff I put on there, it would not conform to that final panel line or access panel or whatever it is. So in doing a little bit of post purchase research on these decals, it seems as if they do a lot of commercial, like jet airliner type stuff, decals, and they're real popular with that crowd. And I can see why, because you know they're nice decals and they go on a smooth surface really well. Just when you have too much detail, they just don't seem to settle in really well. Now I could be doing something wrong. Wouldn't be the first time, but unless I really, I probably could have looked around and found some other Swedish markings, but I didn't look real hard because I just assumed that I'd be okay. And if I had it to do over again, I'd probably do a little bit more research, and I probably would not use these again unless I was doing a commercial aircraft, and the chances of that are pretty slim to none. Now, somebody else may have like great luck with these decals on like military style aircraft, and that's cool. I just I didn't do that great with them. Now, it does recommend Solvaset and that Solvaset brand stuff, and I don't have that. So maybe that's the trick, is using not Solvaset, Microsol and Microset. Maybe that's the trick. And I don't have any of that, and I do plan on trying it at some point. Matter of fact, next time I place an order with a place that carries it, I'm probably going to give it a shot. Because I am curious to see how it works in comparison to my normal my normal procedure. Because I like what I do. I mean, I like the stuff that I use, but I am not averse to trying new things, especially if they work better. This wash is flowing really good today. Pretty stoked. So this is all working really good. Let's see, so that is pretty much everything underneath that I'm going to do. Oh wait, I forgot one of the most important things to do in here. This in here, I'm going to give it a nice dirty wash, since it's a place that would accumulate grease and hydraulic fluid and stuff like that. So I can pretty well smear this on there. Same with on all those hoses and all that kind of stuff. I'll also do the landing gear, the struts. Get those looking pretty gnarly. Now I'm not going to do much of the airframe other than like some exhaust stains and maybe a few, fluid stains, but it's not going to be real bad because this is a peacetime aircraft, so I would imagine that they would take a little more care of it than during wartime. Leastwise, that's my reasoning. Okay, so let's see. Let's tilt it a bit. Get some more of these down low details. Like that. Okay, so a little bit more back here. All right, so as not to bore you too much, you get the idea. So I'm going to continue on with this and I'll come back in a bit. All right, I kind of jumped ahead a little bit, but I got the canopy glued into place, and it doesn't really look that good. Crikey. Looks kind of wonky, actually. Yeah, I'm going to have to check into that. But got the canopy in place. Did just some very light exhaust staining. Didn't want to go too much in my keeping with my fairly well upkept aircraft. So really, other than fixing that canopy, what I need to do is I need to attach the propeller, and then I need to do the antenna wire. So I'm going to fix this real quick and then come back and glue the take care of the other parts. Okay, I got the cockpit canopy. What other kind of canopy is there? Haha, got the cockpit, got the canopy aligned better. Got the prop on. So now the only thing I need to do is the antenna wire. Okay, for the antenna wire, I use fine easy line. And the reason I like it is it stretches, never goes limp, like some other products can, and it's fairly easy to install. I just put a little dot of super glue at the 2 contact points, let it dry for a few seconds, and then cut it. So let's see if I can do this without too much hassle. So let's take the super glue. I think I'll use the liquid this time because it dries a little bit quicker if I can get the lid off. So on second thought, I'll be using the gel, the medium. And let's see, I will take my handy dandy toothpick here, put a little dab right on top. It's clear, so you won't see it. Take the old tweezers, and I'm not worried about if there's any sticking off because I can cut it. Hold it there for a second, and there you go. So I'll let that dry for a minute, and now what I do is I just take a really sharp knife and I cut it right where the super glue is. All right, and for the back, I just pull it tight across like this. Make sure where the contact point is, get some more of the super glue, put a little dot, pull it taut, rest it right on there like that. Hold it, and voila, there you go. The antenna wire is in place. Groovy, eh? So I'm going to trim that and let's see, let me go ahead and do that on camera here. Get my handy dandy super sharp knife that my chum Keith Short gave me. Like that. And like that. So there it is. So that's the end of this video. Next video, I'll be coming back and I will be giving my final thoughts and doing the final reveal, which basically this is what it's going to look like. But I'll give my final thoughts on the kit, what I thought of it, what I thought of the products that I used on it, and wrap it all up. So thanks for joining me here on Plastic Models by a Regular Dude, and I will see you all next time.